The freedom of religion. It's something that we here in America treasure. I mean, it's our First Amendment. But for so long, Native Americans have not had that right. And even today, there are fights to protect not only traditions, but sacred lands that they consider to be their places of worship.
Yeah, my name is Jason Baldus. I'm a member of the Eastern Shoshone Tribe, and we're here at the Wind River Tribal Buffalo Initiative headquarters. Buffalo was missing for about 131 years, but that's a small window in terms of the millennia that we've lived alongside this animal. It's in our DNA. We come from Buffalo people, so this program is working to integrate them back into our lives.
What's happening on this land in west central Wyoming is more than restoring the presence of American bison, or buffalo, missing since the late 1800s.
Well, there were 30 to 60 million buffalo on this continent when Lewis and Clark came west in 1804, but they were nearly annihilated.
It's about repairing a hole in the identity of the Eastern Shoshone and Northern Arapaho people.
Nutritionally, academically, ecologically, spiritually, it's very important that we can restore that relationship.
In 2016, 10 bison came to the Wind River Indian Reservation as part of a project to restore the species. The Buffalo Initiative has also raised $8.5 million to buy back surrounding land lost to broken treaty promises to create the proper habitat. There are now 150 bison in the initiative.
You know, reservations were supposed to be places that tribes were able to reserve for their cultural practices. All of these things work to undermine who we were as a people. Fortunately, we've been able to hold on to a lot of those things. We still have our languages, we still have our songs, we still have our ceremonies. But Buffalo was missing for a period of time.
The practice of tribal religions and tribal ways of life are inseparable from the places in which they are practiced. And I think that's something that is not common for other mainstream religions and not well understood.
Beth Wright and Matthew Campbell are both with the Native American Rights Fund, an organization that fights to protect, quote, Native American rights, resources, and lifeways through legal assistance. A big part of their job is protecting practices and lands sacred to Native Americans. Several battles are happening right now to protect or acquire sacred areas like Bears Ears in Utah and Oak Flat in Arizona. Wright and Campbell are both in Denver right now testifying about the importance of letting graduating Native students wear eagle feathers and other regalia.
We actually get calls every year around this time near graduation from students that are denied the right to wear their regalia. There are ceremonies done around the items before they're given to the students or our youth. And so they're really imbued with the prayers of their families, their communities.
What's important is that that really is a foundation for tribal identity, and without the ability to have those practices and pass those on, you really sort of lose this tribal identity that's wrapped up in the landscape.
Could have never imagined it looking like this, so we just keep building from the momentum. I figure I got a few more decades in me. We'll see what we can continue to do.
Through the lens of Western religion, sacred land is the church building, animals and plant life, the sacraments. For the people who practice, they say these fights to protect Native religion and land is about identity and a connection that has sustained tribes through modern atrocities. From those outside the tribes, they ask for understanding of this.
Buffalo is a way for us to find our foundation, our grounding. Something happens with Native people when they get around buffalo. It's a spark. It's genetic memory. It's a great mystery.
Vanessa Mashanya, Scripps News, Wind River Indian Reservation.